I've decided that I'm done trying to play to the YouTube algorithm. Admittedly, if you're just starting off making content today, you almost have to if you want people to discover and watch what you're doing. But that wasn't always the case. Back when I started, as I sound like a grandpa here, say 10 to 12 years ago, when you were subscribed to a bunch of different channels, when you went to your YouTube homepage, you would just see all the new content ordered chronologically from your subscriptions, and you would pick and choose what to watch from there. What's happened since is exponential growth. YouTube has grown tremendously. There are so many more people making videos, so many more creators, and people are subscribing to so many more different creators than they were before. And so what YouTube has found in order to meet their own internal platform goals of keeping people on the site for longer is that people stay on the site longer when they arrange this subscription content and non-subscription content algorithmically for a user right on their homepage. And it's not just YouTube. Every social media platform has grown tremendously since, and you see Twitter, it's not chronological anymore unless you select an option. Facebook, not chronological. It's all algorithmically sorted, trying to put in front of you the content that they think is going to keep you on the site for longer. And based on the results on YouTube, obviously it's been working for them. Otherwise, they wouldn't keep doing it the way that it has been. But what's happened is it's changed the site rather from a layout on the home page giving equal airtime, essentially, to all your subscriptions chronologically. Everyone's sort of competing for these 10 algorithmically sorted slots that appear right smack in front of you on the home page every time that you log in. As such, you find yourself really trying to figure out, okay, what can I do in order to try to appeal to the audience and therefore the YouTube algorithm in order to end up in those slots so people will be presented the video and be interested in clicking on it. And you can really drive yourself crazy trying to figure out the way to optimize that. And I've decided that after a pretty insightful poll that I posted, I need to stop concerning myself with that. I posted this poll on the community section on my channel a few days back, just asking, when did you start watching my videos? And it was really insightful, actually. I should have done it long ago. But what it showed me is a couple things. One, I'm really bad at bringing new people into the channel and getting them interested, but also that it's cool to see that so many of you have been around for such a long time and you've stayed around. We have a total of 71% out of 75,000. It's a pretty good sample size for a survey. 71% here since 2015 or before, 44% of that 2012 and earlier. And those of you who came at that point, you were here for things like the survival series, the modded survival series, times when I wasn't quite as concerned with the YouTube algorithm because it wasn't so much of a thing at that point. So I've decided what I'm gonna do is, after seeing the results of this poll here, I'm gonna stop stressing about the YouTube algorithm because it's not really even working anyway. I haven't had a video really hit the YouTube algorithm to have it spread far and wide in quite some time. So my efforts have been in vain regardless. So why not just make some of the content that 71% of you at least kind of came here for in the beginning, which was things like mod pack series and survival series, episodic stuff. I haven't done an episodic series in a very long time. I've got a scroll for a while. Minecraft, but it's only one block, kind of a mini series. You could say data pack mini series, but before that, I think the last open world survival series, it was RL Craft, which is almost 3 years ago at this point. So I haven't really even tried it in a while for that matter. And honestly, I'd like to try it again. I know it's not going to perform very well. It's not going to hit the YouTube algorithm, but obviously, according to this community poll, it is what a lot of you came here for. And so I'm just going to do it. Back to what I was doing then with simple editing. I'm not going to waste Alex's time on doing the super duper fancy editing when it comes to the episodic stuff. I'm actually just going to do it myself. Trim out the boring bits, maybe, a little speed up time lapse here and there with some music in the background, but keep it nice and simple. I feel like I've got in my own head too much in the last year or so in trying to figure out, okay, how can I balance out what are existing people here on this channel going to want to watch with how can that also potentially appeal to a wider audience in suggested videos and search results. And the problem is, if I go and look up Minecraft in the search bar on YouTube, so much of that is like Blue's Clues kind of content is what I'd call it. Really, really geared towards a super young audience, kind of scripted, really, really like overly enthusiastic personalities that not only can I not do that, I know it's not what you want to see from me anyway. And so I feel like I need to just kind of let that go. And I'll still have like the one-off videos that Alex is editing, because I think he does a fantastic job. And quite frankly, I think the content that has gone up in the last year with the help of his editing is some of the best content that I have posted. He's done a fantastic job, and like with the replay mod and all the, oh my God, it's just chef's kiss. Shout out to Alex. He does an incredible job, but it just, the YouTube algorithm doesn't seem to appreciate it for whatever reason. So I'm like, if that's the case, we'll still have some of that going up, but let me also just throw in some good old days, modded survival content, that sort of thing, and just have a good time. Kind of bring it back to the way it used to be, even if the YouTube algorithm isn't really a fan of that. And I know from the outset, it's not going to do super well once we hit to episode 7 or something on a series. I know I'm also saying right now, like, I know it's not going to do well. And then I'm going to get to episode 7 on a series, and I'm going to be like, oh God, I didn't think it was going to do well, but it wasn't supposed to be like that. And I know that's what's going to happen, but it's just, you know what? Gotta stick with it. We'll see where it goes. I'm going to try to be a little bit more conscious of making sure something exciting is happening in each episode of something. I will admit there are times in the past with, say, like Ultra Modded Survival, where with that series, it was more that I'd sit down and I'd record for half an hour, 45 minutes. And whatever happened in that half an hour, 45 minutes, that would be the episode. So there were some episodes that weren't particularly compelling. I'm going to try to not have that be the case. I'm going to try to go as long as I need to in order for something interesting to happen in each episode, but still kind of keeping it a little bit more simple. We'll see how it goes. It's just, I want to stop worrying quite so much, because my worrying isn't even, it would be one thing if it was working and I was just under higher stress, but YouTube was appreciating the videos. But it's another thing to be stressing myself about it and for YouTube not to be appreciating it anyway. So that at that point, it's like, okay, why drive yourself crazy when it's not working in the first place? And let's just focus on where 71% of you were when you came here in the first place. I'm done worrying about how YouTube decides to share and propagate my content to people out there. Thanks for watching this video. I guess all that to say, I'll have a new episodic series happening, hopefully some point in the next couple weeks. So be on the lookout for it, if maybe you weren't going to be otherwise. And also, I'm thinking I'm going to bring the React channel back to 1 video per week, coming soon. So stay tuned for that as well. Anyway, thanks for watching and sticking with me for such a long time, as displayed by that poll. Pretty awesome, actually. So I'll catch you guys in the next video.